Very choppy. Gonna sit this on the side. I had a good couple of trades already, guys, so I don't want to ruin it. Up over 500 bucks. Some nice trades. So let's I'm gonna cool my jets here for a minute. It's only been 25 minutes. Yeah, mute one of the audios, Logger. You're probably getting the audio from both user Drysdale and the stream, so just mute the stream. I mean, that's the nature of the open, right? All right, so we're back at white candles here, right? Balanced market. Very flat. Everything here so far is indicating balanced market. We have no proof of price discovery to either direction. Also, I'm keeping up the checklist, right? Things that you can keep mindful as you're taking trades, right? If you're forgetting things, right? You have your checklist right here on the side of your chart. If you're not sure which each of these is, you just go to the settings, go down to the checklist, and you can just hover over this info and I'll tell you. I'm going to create a printout for this too, for quick reference, until you know exactly which each of these are, because we need to keep it short and compact for the screen so it doesn't take up too much real estate. Melly, I mean, you need obviously the initial balance to trade IB setups, but there are setups without the initial balance, including yesterday's initial balance. Low was a good level. We caught almost a 20-point bounce off yesterday's IB low. So you don't necessarily need to wait for the IB to form. If you find yourself getting chopped up in the volatility of the open, then you should definitely sit out at least the first 30 minutes.
1 minute remaining. I'll be leading with the US CP consumer confidence.
No 2020, because I also had an old Nokia phone with the snake game on it. So you're either at least as old as I am, if not older. I don't know if anybody knows how old I am. Let's play Guess Drysdale's Age. Oh, Dale knew. You guys do it to the year. Oh, thanks, Eric.
Index out earlier -7.
If I accidentally hit the ban button, Eric. Yeah, we're gonna give it away an account today, for sure.
10 seconds.
In celebration of the release of the toolkit, we'll do a giveaway. Oh, how quickly we retract. All right.
97 spot 4, 97.
All right, consumer confidence came in. It's a little hotter than expected. That's good news. It looks like I got another runtime error here. Anytime there's news or like a big influx of volume, it seems to be giving me an error. So we're going to have to talk to Flux about that. You have to realize this toolkit pulls in a lot of data, especially with the composite, all on one chart. So we're going to need to make sure this gets streamlined.
The Bank of England have published a speech for Bank of England's man on Fed.
So the indicator's detecting the climax at 125% volume of its average volume. So when there's a huge influx of volume, that's the signal. It's a very cool tool because you can see that these climaxes often indicate a temporary reversal, which in and of itself is very powerful. Yeah, things start to cool off around, 10:30, 11. Becomes a little easier to trade, a little easier to manage your risk too. That's the big one, right? It's one and get better entries. When it's whipping around fast, guys, you either have your limit orders in to try and get a specific price level, or you got to be super fast.
Persistence in inflation, but also shows a weak growth outlook. We have posted the full speech on the feed for those interested. And Mann says the combination of the two makes monetary policymakers' job harder. Again, referring to increased persistence in inflation and a weak job growth outlook. The Atlanta Fed GDP Now index, little changed at 2.18%.
Gold's still not doing much of anything. However, it's above all of its VWAPs currently, but in the bands of both the week and the month and the day. So higher time frame bullish context, but very balanced at the moment. About as balanced as you can get.
Bank of England's Man says, in my view, the Bank of England scenario outlining upside risks to inflation through inflation persistence is playing out. That's Man saying inflation persistence, in my case, is the central case. And Bank of England's Man, the downside risk to demand scenario remains a risk, but it is not my central case. Bank of England's Man says short and long-term household inflation expectations are rising.
Very choppy cumulative delta. Slightly positive open interest.
Setting prior revisions down to the Conference Board's consumer confidence. The FRA was revised
I'll lower the composite to
have also posted
10 sessions.
confidence August report on the feed for those interested. Bank of England's Man says downside risks to demand scenario are not my central case. Looking into the CB Consumer Confidence Report, it notes consumers' average 12-month inflation expectations picked up after 3 consecutive months of easing and reached 6.2% in August from 5.7% in July, but still below April's peak of 7%. The report also notes that the share of consumers expecting a recession over the next 12 months rose in August to the highest level since the April peak.
Send this over to Flux.
Bank of England's Man says wage setting is an important source of elevated UK inflation. Bank of England's Man says a more consistent hold on the bank rate is appropriate right now to maintain the tight monetary policy stance needed to lean against inflation persisting. The Bank of England's man says inflation persistence scenario implies significant.
It's having a problem on a particular bar.
Curve. That's not explicitly my view. Man adds, I stand ready for forceful policy action in the form of larger, more rapid bank rate cuts.
There's somebody talking.
Risk to domestic demand start materializing.
Bank of England, I guess. Let's talk about potential recession risks. That's not good. Yeah, that weekly VWAP's been holding so far, hasn't it?
Bank of England's man says monetary policy not tight enough in the Bank of England's August rate path.
Morning, YouTube. Monthly is, I got 472 on the monthly. I mean, give or take a couple points. Not a big deal. I got 47. No, you're right. Sorry. 488. On a 30-minute. I mean, it's within a few points, guys, is not a big deal. There's going to be some variance on how TradingView calculates data. On NinjaTrader, I got 487 and a half. Yeah, treat them as zones, exactly. Tick strike is very quiet. Morning, Emmanuel, MG, Zoldarov. Everybody. We have 108 people in the Discord stream, guys. We're going to have to upgrade the Discord again. There goes. Fake out. Crushed.
of England's Mouse as the activist approach favours forceful and persistent action.
What a rejection. What a rejection. 30 points. Just like that. We did. We had the high volume node. We had VWAP, weekly VWAP. A lot of things rejected that level. It's too bad. Gonna try again. Nice. Does look like a criminal tattoo. Hard to catch any. If you're not scalping, you're having a hard time. I'll tell you that. I mean, yesterday's value area high and value area low are important, right? That tells us if we're in yesterday's value area. And yes, I do look at the composite value area high and value area low. Absolutely. Those are strong levels. So all of them are important. I mean, it depends on where you drew the composite from. The composite depends on where you anchored it from. If I drew a composite from July 16th, my value area low is down at 130, 140. long 2, 11. Trying to get out of 20. 10 points. Stop down at 503. Take one off. It's drying. Thank you, Angel. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh, man, almost filled me there. Filled me at 16. With 33. Morning, Abhishek, Ramiro. Ramiro, you love the book. You know, I've gotten nothing but great reviews about the book. And, you know, that's really exciting because I put a lot of work into the book. And if, you know, you buy some books and they're just like, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever bought some trading books and they were extremely lackluster and I got absolutely nothing out of them. So I'm really flattered that everybody is so crazy about the book. The best thing you could ever do for me is write a review on Amazon about the book. That is extremely appreciated by anybody who really felt like they got a lot of value out of the book. All right, we're starting to break a key level here. We can go up to 560 from here. Another 35 points if we can break and hold. I would say that's really the next level. So, you know, I'll take one, give it a stop. Because it's having a lot of trouble pushing through. Oh, that didn't work. Get out of that one quick. Keeps rejecting hard. So, you know, maybe the short's the way to go. Sure seems like it's trying to push. This is a key level here at 520. Cumulative delta sure is looking like it's trying to push through. It's like dip buys the entire way. $560 target. Let's go, baby.
Keeping on the dollar now, just see some weakness come through, it's kind of putting through the pre-market lows that we saw. That's according to the Dixie.
45, 50 more points.
Reflect down to the downside here then.
Nice little warrior. Nice little warrior. So I got my stop at break even now. Could always get back in. See if we go to 60 first. So far, so good. I'd like to see it keep going. We got some sellers stepping in, but it's been this dip buy move. It's holding so far. I don't see much in the way up till 560. Actually, let's take a look at yesterday's RTH. All right, we're clear above that one too. Yeah, 560, man, looks good. I think we could squeeze another 20 points out of this bad boy. MG, what are you talking about? We passed that. I have the chart up on my screen right now. We're at 545. I said 560. Grinding. I think if we can get above this 550, we'll probably shoot right to 560. Oh, the RTH? Got it. Gotcha. Thanks, MG. That selling was bought up aggressively. Good sign. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yesterday's point of control. Well, I could take one off up here and leave a runner to 560. Would like to take two at 560, obviously. You need to silence. It looks like everybody's Discord was reset. You just got to mute one of the feeds. You're probably getting the stream and user Drysdale's mic. So either just mute the stream or the user so you don't get both. No, I'm not streaming Financial Juice. Nope, it's on a completely separate computer. No, I've heard Financial Juice echo before. It's on your side for sure. Okay, we have an initial balance. I'm going to take off one here. Now that we have an IB, I don't want to fade from it. I'd like to say, obviously, see a break and hold, but that's not always what happens. Now that we have an initial balance high, there can very easily be a fade from here until we either pull back. We're well above the upper band at this point. I'm going to move my stop up to 33.5. That swing low. All right, 10 more points, 12 more points. We probably could chop around here for a little bit, so be patient. We could also get a breakdown, stop flush before we go up. That's in the video vault in the premium courses. Yes, making lower low. I don't see that, Stephen. Oh, you mean on like the 1 minute? I wouldn't get too caught up on that. This trend is still intact for now. We're at upper band. Yeah, on the 15-second. If you look at anything above a 1 minute chart, Stephen, there's not, that's not there. Thank you, Stephen. All right, it stopped me out. A little profit.
Collapse is the most likely outcome, and
On that last one. And we do have this little low volume node that is formed. I kind of like that, you know. I did get back in there. 35. Yes. So that was the low volume node on the toolkit right there, pretty much. It just changed a little bit. It just repainted, but it was right there. The low volume nodes on the intraday volume profile repaint.
Scope as that the French political impasse undermines planned budget deficit reduction.
All right, stopped out at break even. You guys are gonna start speaking Afrikaans now? Isn't that like Dutch, South African? My cousin's husband is from Durban. Let's go 60. Come on. Oh, that was an IB fade right there. Short. I flipped. So we could get the back test of this level here. All right. Get the toolkit at VWAPWave.com. Toolkit. All right, I'm going to work on another account here. So this is an interesting back test level. So we got to watch to see if it rejects completely. It's right here. This is weekly VWAP. Weekly VWAP and a low volume node on the composite. And we have a bit of an intraday low volume node. So, let's see if this holds. And we got upper band. So it's a really interesting level to hold here. Tempting to just take the long. I think I will. I'll start with one. It's got to hold here. Treat it like a little bit of a zone. I got long again. I got stopped out at break even. I got long again at 23, which is weekly VWAP, and this low volume node on the composite. It's kind of where buyers need to step in, at least in the next 10 points or so. All right. Look at that, to the tick, guys, to the tick. See if that holds. Adios, amigos. Here we go. Next leg up. D. Patel, there will be, I'm doing the video on Thursday. I'm going to be running a class in the Discord on the toolkit, so that will be released shortly thereafter. There'll be a full video on the toolkit. I know there's a lot in here, so we'll make sure it gets broken down nicely for everybody. Be right back, guys. Okay. What did I miss? Massive spike. Nice move. So Stephen was talking about lower low. I mean, it's a higher low, really. Nice, Carlos. That was a nice trade. Anybody who grabbed that one? Got to trust your levels. So we have these low volume nodes here forming. Maybe if I turn off HD. Now right above IB. Nice trade. Good work, Carlos. Nice trades. Patience paid. You know, we're looking for longs, right? We're in price discovery on the intraday. Longs have been the trade so far. Let's see what's next. We're above all the VWAPs, intraday, weekly, and monthly. That's bullish. Nope. That's right, tomorrow. Long from 513. Nice. The upper band long? No, I guess probably before that, I would imagine. Oh, okay. That was a nice trade, right? We had a lot of confluence at this level. We had upper band. We had a low volume node on the composite. We had weekly VWAP. And we had some low volume nodes on the intraday forming right there. So we had a bunch of stuff right at that level. High conviction long. Now there is a divergence on the delta. We made that higher high on price, but cumulative delta did not join the party there. Yep. Also value area low from yesterday. Yep. 534. That is bearish. Yes. It's not a guarantee, Chuck. It's just an observance. It's just one factor in many, right? It's not a guarantee of anything. No guarantees in life. There's definitely no guarantees in trading. Actually, I've heard there are 2 guarantees in life. And taxes. Yep, exactly. Very choppy here. My trader bait froze. It was weird. I'd be high again. Buyers aren't giving up easily. Cumulative delta, though, is still a lower high here. Good shorting material. Big rejection. Let's go. How did that happen? We're 50. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of flushes here. Yeah, you can keep one contract long and still scalp. However, the problem is first in, first out. So it kind of plays with your mind a little bit. It'll reset where your entry is. Let's see if I can get in. See if it holds. No, I'm flat. No position for me. I'm going to open up a new account here. 8.
US to sell 60. US to sell $65 billion in 17 bills on August 27th, settle on September 2nd. The US to sell $100 billion in 40 bills on August 28th, settle on September 2nd.
Told you. I mean, the cumulative delta had no real buyers step in for any of that price action to the upside, retesting that IB. Not convincing at all. But let's see if this level holds. This is a big level right here. I mean, there's weekly VWAP. Rejected. I trade a different. Okay. All right. right, new account here. Sure looks like it's holding the bid here, doesn't it? Or is this the anemic bounce before the big drop? Not looking good here. All the way down to 464. Could very well do that. We still haven't broken this key level yet, though. We're still holding 520. We need to start trading below that. This Dom is flopping around all over the place. I'm short at 26 because I do like how it's holding to the downside. Now, if we break that swing high, I'm out. So I'm only giving it like 5 points. Very tight stop. All right, it keeps getting bought up there, so they're not going to make it easy. Let me see the RTH. Yeah, it stopped me out. Small loser. Let's see the RTH here. Back in. There we go. So 503, right? I got my order in at 506. We have to break this low volume node. Still. Hasn't broken it. I'm trading on Tradeovate. Okay, and you're welcome to ask questions. If I can't get to it at the moment, I'll get to it eventually. But I'm executing on Tradeovate, and the chart is Trading View. So I'm short at 27.5. We need to break this low volume node. I got my stop in at break even. I'm not losing on this trade. There's no way. We either keep going down or I'm out. Too choppy to trust it. And this is also a key level that we can break and reclaim. There we go. Not really. I mean, a little bit better. This is not great. I mean, pretty clean price action. There's that, but the rotations are very tight. Not a lot of movement. We had some big movement out of the open, but you know, very volatile. I'm short at 27 and a half. Weekly VWAP is at, we're below it now, 520. No. Yeah, 520. We're right below it.
Oil prices extend declines. WTI falls to a session low.
Close it. Close it for a small winner. Flip long. This is some very boring price action now. Oh, well, gold's kind of moving. We can look at gold. Breaking IB here. This could be a What gold contract are we on? See you? GCZ. There we go. All right, I'm long gold. IB high break. Above upper band. Of course, it dumps right out of that. Come on. It was ES down to VWAP again. Nice, Allie. Awesome. The end of my trading clear. I don't know if that one stop loss should be the end. Maybe a little too much risk. A little over leveraged. Well, that's good. That makes me feel better. Let's go gold. I'm long at 427.5, so we're still about flat here. Nothing exciting. That wasn't the back test IB. Cumulative delta is strong. that's a good sign. And Q bounce there. Still holding this low volume area. Let's go gold. Click sellers. Could be being absorbed here. Goes. Higher. Fill those orders. So we got crypto tonight, guys. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll also look at some futures. Come join us. Let's see if we can get some continuation to the upside here on gold. I got filled a couple. Put my stop at break even here.
Lawyer for Feds Cook says she'll file a lawsuit challenging firing.
Nice. I'm going to sell one more here and let the runner go. See if we can go up to the 30s, 33. Yeah. Goes. Awesome CAG, 7 p.m. We'll be trading crypto. Eastern Standard Time. I got to stop down there at 427. So hopefully this keeps running. We had some really good crypto trades the last stream on Ethereum. I was nailing it. I also have copy trading set up on BTCC. I got a couple of followers already. Whatever trades I take get automatically taken in their account. Pretty cool. And no, Dale. Nice trade. I saw a nice setup in gold. You know, it was good to see cumulative delta, which, you know, you don't usually see in gold. That's confirming the price action, so that's nice. And then, you know, so I saw this break of IB high and upper band. We're in bullish. We're above all the VWAPs, and we're above the weekly standard deviation in the intraday, right? So a lot of really nice things lining up here on gold. We broke out of the weekly upper band around 10:45 a.m. So this thing's going up. Nice, Troy. So I got 30 ticks on one mini on gold here. That's $300. Let me give it a little further and see if we can get to 31. Seems like there's a lot of decisive buying here. Hopefully it doesn't putter out so fast. I'd like to see it keep going. Big seller on gold there. There's a couple hundred contracts. Hopefully it gets bought up. I use BTCC as the exchange. So you sign up here, you have your account there, and then you just follow me. This is the only thing where I can actually legally do this. They would never let me copy trade futures for somebody. That would be without a license. So that's the exchange I use. If you're in the UK, though, I think it's you have to use a VPN. Pretty sure. UK is like, and what's funny is that BTCC's headquarters is in the UK. You need to use a VPN to be able to use them. There's no, I don't think there's any KYC. Yeah, you can use them. You just got to use a VPN. Like I said, they're based in London. It's not them. They want to be available in London. It's your government. It's the UK government. Got to boycott the government. Looks like there is a, did NASDAQ hold RTH there? I don't know. Did we? Oh, we're at RTH right here. An interesting long spot. A little bounce there. Go gold. Stop wasting my time. Next leg up. Thank you. Yeah, supposedly it's super easy to use the VPN. Just click a button and like you're ready to go. Go gold. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up here. I got another call at 12 o'clock, so I need to get ready for that. I hope you guys had a great day trading. We're doing crypto 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're going to keep trading, yep, I'm on the 1 minute on gold. Yes, I am. I'm long at 427. So I'm up 20 ticks. All right, guys. If you want to keep trading, obviously you could head on over to the Trader Lounge. You guys can collaborate, mic access, share your screens, look for setups together. You can keep trading, manage your risks, stay sharp. No, you can't use NinjaTrader with BTCC. It's got its own execution platform. It's all web-based. So try and catch us tonight at 7 o'clock if you can. Otherwise, we'll be back on the Discord, 9:30 a.m. for the open. Lock it in, Allie. Good idea. And on YouTube, we'll be back in at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. So have a great day, guys. Stay sharp, manage your risk, go to the Trader Lounge, and work with each other if you're going to keep on trading. And we'll see you tonight at 7 if you can make it for crypto. Have a great day.